الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created us for a purpose of worshipping Him alone and to not associate Him with any other things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His power, He created different creations, and He gave every creature a perfect place for them to live. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created humans and He created things that can affect humans in different ways, and some creatures that lives closer to humans, such as jinn. And this has become one of the highest reasons why people are using their lives daily, people ending up in depression, people ending up in committing suicide, people ending up in breaking their marriages, and so many things that going on that is powered by these creatures. And today, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are going to mention the signs you are possessed with shaitan. Once you see these signs, you should work so hard to treat yourself, because you are heading to a terrible situation, physically, mentally, health-wise, faith-wise, in every corner, because the work of shaitan is to take you away from your Lord. And the easiest way to do that is to give you problems that does not have an end, so that you can give up and retire from your Lord. I wish everyone who's listening and everyone who's watching to have a pen and a paper somewhere to write the signs that I am going to mention, so that if you witness yourself, if you know yourself that you have this kind of signs, you can start immediately to treat yourself, as inshallah ta'ala we shall mention in the future. How can you treat yourself, and how can you also prevent yourself from being attacked by devils? These signs, we have to know that they are alamat al-zahira. There are signs that are open, that we can see with our own eyes, we can experience them, signs that we can relate to. And also there is the signs that comes in our dreams, and signs that comes while we are sleeping, not in the dream, not awake, but while we are sleeping. But today, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we are going to talk about the signs that we can experience, the sign that we can relate to, the signs that we can feel. And these are the first signs and the prime signs that everybody feels when shaitan has attacked their bodies. First of all, as-sudud an dhikrillahi ta'ala. It is when someone is fading up with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you start feeling you are no longer comfortable by doing adhkar, by remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You find someone kana yusalli thumma taraka as-salah. You are praying, but you no longer want to pray. You no longer feel yourself in love with salah. وَأَنَّهُ لَا يُحِبُّ سِمَاعُ الْقُرْآنِ. You find yourself, you do not want to listen to the Holy Quran, the holy words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or you find yourself listening to the Quran a little while and assume, as if you have listened to the Quran for a longest time, that you don't really need to listen to it again. And you will find yourself falling in love in listening the haram, in listening the music, listening the things that does not matter to your akhirah, that does not add any value to yourself. than listening to the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and loving them. So somebody will find himself distancing himself from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the first and prime sign that shaitan has attacked you physically, that you are having a devil inside your body physically. It is not about shaitan bringing you thoughts of whether you are going to pray or you're not going to pray. No, it is about shaitan being in your body, a jinn being in your body and trying to start remoting you in your life. So the first step that shaitan takes when they get into the body, it is to distance you from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second sign, التخطب في الأقوال والأفعال. You will find yourself in your speeches, in your talking, you will be switching and changing topics. كأن يتحدث عن موضوع يبدأ الكلام فيه ثم يدخل في موضوع آخر. You will find yourself talking about a certain topic and then suddenly you change the topic and talk about other stuff. You're talking about stuff that happened in 90s and suddenly you're starting to talk about the things you saw yesterday. And these two stories are not connected anywhere. And then you start asking yourself, why in the family meeting nobody tells me to say something? Why in the business meeting I'm the last one who talks and nobody wants to listen to me? Perhaps this shaitan has started to control your tongue and your brain in a form that you cannot stick on one topic. You have to mix up topics. And also wal af'al. You can find someone also full of anxiety, قلق دائما فتراه يقف دون سبب أو يجلس أو يمشي في الحجرة ذهابا وإيابا. You'll find somebody is in the room moving there and there. He is not sitting, he is not relaxant. You will find yourself having waswas. You will find yourself want to go somewhere and then you end up sitting and then you ask yourself, I said I wanted to go somewhere. Where am I not going? When you look at the time has moved. التخطب في الأقوال والأفعال. You will find yourself changing topics, changing situations that does not mix each other in a way that you do not understand. A third sign, دائم النوم, loving to sleep so much, بحيث لا يحب أن يقوم من النوم حتى لطلب طعام ولا شراب. When the devil is in charge of your body, is in charge of your mind, it is going to force you to sleep so much that you don't even want anybody to wake you up, even if they are waking you up to eat or drink or do ibadah or do something important, or maybe a business meeting or whatsoever. This person who is possessed with shaitan, whose shaitan has already attacked, cannot wake up for such things. يحب النوم دائما النوم. The person is going to be sleeping all the time. You find someone has just woken up right now, in the next 10 minutes he's on. You find someone has just woken up 30 minutes ago, now he is sleeping as well. This is a bad sign that shows that the shaitan is possessing you. Another sign, you are going to hate cleanliness. You are going to hate being pure and clean. Well, al-wudu, even performing wudu is going to be a problem. Even bathing is going to be a problem. وَيَكْرَهُ الْمَاءُ. And you are going to hate water. It is going to force you. It is when the shaitan is inside you, you start hating water. Imagine, you start hating to clean yourself. وَيَجْلِسُ فِي الظُّلُمَةِ. You start loving to sit in the darkness alone. And sign number 5 is a little bit contradiction, but it is very important that we understand that the sign number 5, someone is going to love cleanliness like unusual. Someone is going to bath 6 times a day. Even when it is cold, this person wants to be in the bathroom. this person want to go shower. حتى يعود. You go there, you come, you are clean, you go back there in the bathroom, you clean yourself. Somebody can shower 6 times a day for no reason. Maybe this person is staying at home, he or she is working from home, but she showers all the time. This is also a bad sign, because that at a certain point it turns to be israf, because you are clean, you didn't go anywhere, but that shaitan inside you is going to force you to bathe and bathe and bathe and bathe and shower until that jinn is satisfied. This is alama, it is a sign that you are being possessed with shaitan. And you will find somebody who is possessed with shaitan, another sign number 6, that you will find this person loving to make his hair or her hair long and making styles and designs in that hair. You'll find somebody making dreads, and he's a boy, he's a man, he's a male, but having dreads on his head and other styles. فَيَطِيلُ الشَّعْرُ وَالْأَظَافِرُ. And will need those dreads to be too long, as well as the fingernails, you will see them long. Sign number 7, كثير البكاء بلا سبب أو الضحك بلا سبب. You will see this person who is possessed with shaitan, that shaitan has already attacked him or her. كثير البكاء, you will see them crying بلا سبب, with no reason. You see, just this person is crying. If you ask them, why are you crying? Have no reason. And this might appear to you having a wife. You go back home after work, you find your wife crying. You think maybe you've done something wrong. So you ask, why are you crying? And she gives no reason. Or she gives reasons that does not really matter. Reasons that can't make her cry. Or you find somebody laughing loud. Bila sabab, with no reason. If you ask them, why are you laughing? There's no reason. And this might happen very often. Sign number 8, you will find someone being distracted at work. Something very little distracts you and you move out of your desk. Something very little will distract you while driving and you move out of the road. Something very little will distract you while riding a bike and you will appear in an accident. Something little will distract you and you might lose even your life. You find someone very destructive. And you will find this person very forgetful. You forget things you have in your heart, on your head, on top of your head, and you're asking your wife, where is the heart? Where did I put it? Yet you are wearing it. You find a woman asking something that she was wearing, and she knows where she placed it, but she's asking. An-nisyan, forgetfulness. When the shaitan is inside your body, when this jinn is possessing you, that is one of the signs that you will have. You will be very destructive, and you will be very forgetful. Sign number 9, al-ihsasu bil-khawf. You will start feeling fear. You will start being afraid of everything, totally everything. Even the people closest to you, you will start being afraid of them. You don't want to speak to them. You don't want to talk to them. You see something small, you scream, you shout. What is the reason? Fear. And the one that installs that fear inside you is that shaitan that is inside your body, that is possessing you. You might find yourself, you see a dog on the road, a dog that you don't know, a dog that has no problem, and you start running. You see a cat, you start running. You see even small pets, you start running. Reason? Because the shaitan inside your body has created a form of fear that it needs you to have. Sign number 10, which is going to be the last sign that I'm going to mention. محاولة الانتحار somebody is going to try to commit suicide. You are going to try to commit suicide because you are going to see most of the blockages that you're having in life. That's why I said in the beginning of this topic that people should be very careful of why are they feeling sad and anxiety and frustrations. Why is it like this? This shaitan, when it comes into your life, when it attacks you, when shaitan attacks you, these are the first and prime signs that you see. And even it forces you to try and commit suicide. Ma'al asaf, you find even some other people not trying, but they do commit suicide. I can promise you that in 100 people that commit suicide, 80% they have committed suicide because of the jinn and the shaitan that was bothering them. And why does someone start thinking about committing suicide? Because someone has lost hope. This shaitan comes and starts showing you that you have no way to go. It will make you lose your hope. You will feel very frustrated. You will feel very hopeless, and at that point you won't see any other way. This shaitan won't show you any other way but to execute yourself. My dear brothers and sisters, the signs that we just mentioned right here, these are things that are happening to our people, to our societies, to our families, and they become the highest reason why people are losing their lives, losing the things they love, losing their dignity, losing their hope, losing their life, people becoming broke for life. When this shaitan enters your body, you need to make sure that you work so hard to treat yourself before it is too late, because so many people, it happens to them and they do not react as quick as it's supposed to be, and they end up being victims for life. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to clean our bodies, our bloods, our veins from shaitan, to clean ourselves and to distance us from any harm from shaitan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless whosoever that is using the Quran to treat himself or herself, and make it easy for them to be cured so that the shaitan does not get power. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala wa billahi tawfiq walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.